Okay, I've got the electric vehicle, which is air pressure engine, but you can also hook the electric motor up to every wheel with the same electrical feed and another amplifier on every single one. But I just use the air pressure engine because I think it works good. Now, what you're gonna do is how this is set up is you take a flashlight and you turn it on, and that's the power feed into a tritium battery, and the tritium battery greatly amplifies it, and that goes into a 12 ring spinner, which is hooked to the amplifier, and that all gets amplified, and it's all ran through the car and is grounded all throughout, so that the same energy that's being fed can come back in and charge the battery. But what we're going to do now, I also got a hydrogen engine, and I've decided to use a cam barrel for that. It'll spin things to open the intake and outtake, and that's how it's going to work. I don't think my camshaft spins. Give me a second. Okay. It's a 3 chamber engine. So there's 3 sections to the piston complex, and it's like a bar, and then it's got a piston in between it, the piston leg, and that's got 2 clamps on the side that hook into the sides of the bars, and the piston spins through the middle. Okay, now what you're gonna do is you're gonna hook something to it that like between the piston bars, literally welded onto it. There's another little circular thing, and that's gonna have a groove cut out of it that goes straight around it, and then there's gonna be a little plate on it, and there's gonna be a little thing here, what you call it, a notch, a notch. And what it does is it rolls over, it sets into the camshaft, and when it gets up to the camshaft, or up to the rotor bar here that's in the middle here, it goes up because of the plate and comes back down. And then it's going up is you're going to hook levers to it, and it's going to hook it up to where that lever spins, and when it's going up, it's pulling on it, so it opens one side to it when it's you got to open the intake and the outtake, and you got to get levers set up to do it where this one up motion makes the intake and outtake open alternately after the explosion, and that's what it's going to do. And okay, now what we're going to do is when your car dies, we're going to hook another battery, like a whole nother battery. Like, you got your thing here, and then we're going to take another car battery and hook it up in there. You got your charger that's in your car, which is a flashlight that you just cut the bulb out of and run the wires, so that electricity feeds an electrical source into the fused hydrogen fuel cell, and that'll amplify the electricity using the radiation from the fused hydrogen fuel cell, and that's going to go into an amplifier, and all that amplifier eventually feeds back into the charger for the battery. But also when you cut the car off and the engine quits flowing, you need a digital circuit, which I don't usually use digital circuits, so I'll try to find a different way because I like everything to be mechanical. But right now it's a digital, so that it knows that the car's off, like the computer just knows the car's off. And at that time, hydrogen, which you're collecting, you take little salt cubes and put them in there, and then you run water through it, and you got salt water in there, and that's going to make hydrogen with the method that I have here in the water, and you can collect it with a hydro panel. You just collect the fresh water, or you can use a humidifier or a dehumidifier and just collect that fucking water there. It depends on where you're at if you're using what you want to use, but you get your fresh water and your salt water, and you make hydrogen with it. And then when the car kicks off, the hydrogen starts spinning, and that goes through it like that spins a loop through a magnet, and that'll make electricity, and you run that through an amplifier, and then that amplified charge charges the battery back to max, and then it's digital again and knows the battery's charged all the way up. And then your compressor for the hydrogen, this power and everything, will probably use gaseous hydrogen, but you might use liquid. But I mean, that would be expensive because you got to get that shit down to like 280 degrees Celsius. Like, you can put like a hydrogen tank in fucking ice and it'll make green hydrogen, but they typically say you need it like 300 degrees below, and I think it's Fahrenheit, it might be Celsius. I think it's 288 Fahrenheit or something to get green hydrogen. But so that's unrealistic. So we're going to use gaseous hydrogen, and that's going to spin something, which is going to create electricity, which is going to charge the battery when you turn the damn car off. But it's basically just an electric engine. And now you have, and you're also going to have an alternator on the battery that's going through the hydrogen thing here. And what it's going to do is your car will never run out of gas. Never run out of charge. It'll just charge itself when you turn the son of a bitch off. And that's my hybrid concept, electric hydrogen.